Good day. Welcome to the Pastor's Desk. I'm Pastor Jim. Today, some good Easter material. Since the Easter season is upon us here, actually this is good any time of year, but it is Easter season, and I'm indebted with some of this material to the work of Wes Huff and Apologetics Canada. Look them up online, Wesley Huff. Celebrating the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ is a long-standing Christian tradition, of course, spanning well over 1,000 years in its formal observances. And although there's clearly been growth and traditions added to our modern practice of this holiday, there are accusations, and the accusations of pagan roots fails under historical inspection. And perhaps you've heard some of those accusations of pagan roots. Well, it's just a pagan holiday that you've adapted or done something with that was morphed into modern day Easter. The name Easter, found in Germanic languages like English, it's only found there. Looking to other languages with Latin or Greek origins, you'll find it called Pascha, deriving its origins from the Jewish celebration of the Passover, which occurs around the same time. And there is absolutely no historical or linguistic connection between the Christian celebration of Easter and the ancient goddess Ishtar. Ever heard that one? I certainly have. The words may sound similar, but there's just no correlation between it. Neither is there any connection, even remotely, between Easter and the Anglo-Saxon spring goddess Ostara, O-S-T-A-R-A, Ostara. The only single historical source, actually, for Ostara comes from the writings of 7th century English monk St. Bede. So long, 800 years after the resurrection of Christ. What we do find is the 4th month of the Old English calendar called Eostromonath, being the month when Resurrection Sunday usually fell. So the name of the month, shortened, stuck as the name for the celebration in all Western Germanic countries. Easter was adopted as the name for this annual springtime Christian celebration. And then there's the Easter Bunny. The first instance of the Easter Bunny appears in 1572, some 500 years after paganism even appeared in Europe. The idea that the Easter Bunny was a pagan symbol, suggested by folklore. It was initially suggested by folklore writer Jacob Grimm in the 19th century, right? And this was his fictitious effort to connect rabbits to the ancient fertility cults. Nothing more. The fact seems to be that bunnies appear more in the springtime, as it's simply their birthing season, and they're just more numerous. So while not connected to Christianity, the Easter Bunny is not necessarily anything uniquely pagan either. It was likely 16th century Germans who first connected Easter and bunnies together simply as a springtime observance. Furthermore, the earliest reference to Easter eggs dates to the end of the 13th century when Edward Longshanks, that's King Edward I, decorated hundreds of hard-boiled eggs with gold leaf to be handed out to his family and friends during the Lenten season. I like that. Painted eggs were a common cultural decoration and were eventually just simply adopted by Christians. Easter still announces, as the angel did that first Easter Sunday, he's not here. He's risen, just as he said. That's from the Bible, Matthew chapter 8, verse 6. Happy Easter, one and all. Thanks for watching. I'm Pastor Jim. This is the Pastor's Desk.